What's going on, Spotlighters? I am here with the multi-talented actress Lili Bordán. You might recognize her from ER, Law and Order SVU, Battlestar Galactica, Blood and Chrome, but most recently, The Nun. I'm here to talk to her. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's going on, Spotlighters? I'm here with the beautiful Lili Bordán, and this is her song that she picked out. This is Michael Kiwanuka, One More Night, from the soundtrack of Big Little Lies, which I love that show.
It's a great show.
It's a great show. I mean, if I could be on that show, I would be on that show. I think it's a role that everybody wants to play. Meryl Streep will be on that show. I know. But we're not here to talk about Meryl Streep. We are here to talk about you, Lili Bordán. First, I want you to tell the viewers who you are, where they can find you.
Okay. I'm an actress, Reiki healer, and dance therapy practitioner for children with autism.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm a lot of other things too. I'm Hungarian American, and you can find me on social media on Instagram at Lili Bordán and Twitter at Lili Bordán as well.
Nice.
I live in Los Angeles, and but I work between LA, New York, London, and Budapest.
Like every amazing actress does.
Thank you.
I want to talk about, first off, where you studied.
I started studying with a woman called Susan Batson in New York when I was a teenager, and then I went on to study theater at Sarah Lawrence College, among other things.
I'm also from New York. So,
You are?
yes, Queens.
You're from Queens?
And I did a short film for Sarah Lawrence College back in the day, so that's really funny. I think we might have met.
We could have.
So you are a star of the screen and the stage. Do you have a preference?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I'm here in LA, the capital of film
of course,
and TV,
of
because
course.
I guess I prefer that, but I do love the stage. You're right. I think I learned to be an actress on the stage when I moved to Hungary after college, and I did a lot of theater there, and Prague as well. And yeah, so I guess I would say I learned the craft on the stage, but I learned the roots of acting from Susan Batson back in New York, like really method acting.
Yes. I think that's what makes a great actor, though, is that when you go from stage to screen, because I feel like it's harder to go from screen to stage, just because it's easier to tone down than to turn up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely feel lucky to have had it in that order.
And your mom was also an actress, correct?
Yes.
Is she one of your inspirations and why you became an actress?
And she also works both film and stage. She's on stage every week.
And she's
filming a lot as well.
She's in Hungary. Yes. And do you play a part, Marta, in the new film The Nun, which I just saw in IMAX, you guys, and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
You obviously
I was
seen
at the
it.
premiere,
of course,
so I saw it. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I play a small supporting role, Marta. She's the waitress in this local pub where Frenchie lands in one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Because you're in it.
Well, not just that. The whole thing. I'll just say there's a cross involved, and it's kind of funny and scary at the same time.
Yes. So I want to talk about this because this is actually pretty exciting. Because the movie just came out. You guys, if you haven't seen it, The Nun is the next installment of the Conjuring series. Director Corin Hardy.
Yeah.
How was it working with him?
I actually the unit that I was working with was Michael Chavez.
Okay.
And we filmed later on, and it was at Warner Brothers Studios.
So you filmed at Warner Brothers
So
Studios.
I didn't go to Romania for this.
Really though?
I know,
Come on.
right? Come on.
Out of every
And I played a Romanian.
I mean, you do look Romanian. You look
I
very
kind of am a little bit
ethnically
Romanian.
ambiguous.
Yeah.
But
Hungarians are very mixed people.
I have a very important question for you. Are you even a fan of horror genre?
I am a fan of good movies. I love The Shining, Rosemary's Baby, and I love the Conjuring movies. But I did get more into it, like watching the other sort of characters in the universe, like Annabelle. I watched after booking the role and just preparing for the role, or just to be part of this.
Yeah. How did you land this role? And when you landed the role, what were your initial thoughts?
I mean, I was so excited.
So first off, sorry, let me take a step back.
It was an audition.
Right. Did you know that it was for The Nun? Because usually with auditions,
Yes, I did.
like they were this big, they usually kind of like.
I did know that it was for The Nun.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that made it, I mean, I connected to the role, so I, I just had fun with it.
Yeah. Did you enjoy working on the set, and how long was the shoot?
Yeah, I had a couple days on set. There was only one scene in the movie, but I did have more. But I did work a couple days on set, and I did my own stunt.
Did you?
And yeah, maybe it'll be on the DVD.
I wish that we could talk about it, you guys, but the movie just came out. We don't want to spoil anything, obviously. But that's cool that you do your own stunts. Well, you're also a trained dancer, so I'm sure that helps.
Yeah.
What kind of dance did you train in?
Well, I trained just in ballet and jazz and all kinds of dance growing up, and I teach dance to kids with autism as well. So I've become more of a teacher and less of a dancer myself, and it's obviously a different kind of dance when you're teaching young children, especially with autism. But I'm also, you mentioned I do kickboxing.
Yeah, because she's also a trained fighter. Like I said, when I say multi-talented, you guys, it's very true.
I have varied interests, but most of us do. You know, actors.
That's very true. Have you felt like the training in ballet and working with kids with autism and all of these life experiences, do you think that has helped you become a better actress?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think I'm very fortunate to be an actor because I've used it to understand things, to learn languages, to overcome things, to learn about different industries. Say the character is a doctor or a spy, or you learn things about the trade.
Yeah, I like that. We're also in the 2018 movie Book Club, which I saw you play the dance instructor, obviously because she's dance training.
So many of my friends didn't even recognize me.
I honestly, looking back on it, because she plays this feisty dancer, if you guys haven't seen it, go check that out as well. I wouldn't have recognized you either, so I was pretty surprised to see that on your IMDb credit. And you got to work directly with Mary
Steenburgen.
Thank you. I always butcher her name, so I'm glad you took that one.
I was like, Steenburgen.
Steenburgen. Thank you. How was it like working with her?
Oh, amazing. She's such a sweetie, and her daughter's name is Lily, so that's how we opened the conversation.
Yeah.
And Craig T. Nelson is like so cool.
What was it like seeing a movie? Because I don't want to say that Book Club was the first of its kind, because you also have First Wives Club and other movies out there. But it was the first of its kind with older women. And being a woman in this industry, it's harder to land roles once you get to that age. What was
There's
it
fewer
like?
roles, yeah.
Right. What was it like working with such an amazingly talented cast?
I mean, totally chill.
Which is great.
They're like, they know their stuff like backwards and forwards, so it was really fun and easy. And I went to that premiere as well, and the after party, and got to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Diane Keaton. It was so fun.
Legendary.
Legend, yeah.
Yeah. You also have an amazing resume. You were on ABC's The River. Like I said, SVU, Battlestar Galactica, Blood and Chrome, sorry, just to be clear. Having such an extensive resume, can you remember the hardest character that you've ever had to play?
Wow, the hardest one. They've all had their own challenges. Battlestar Galactica was definitely my biggest one. And so I was a little bit shocked by the experience because it was so big.
Yeah.
But I caught up to speed really quickly. And
you better.
It was, I bet you better, girl. So I did. And it was one of my favorite projects to work on. And then Cherry, which is my first feature that I worked on here.
Yes.
Which I think you can still buy on DVD, but it's not available on Amazon or iTunes anymore. It's just a shame because it's still my favorite movie.
I'm sure you can
Then there's Live or Die in La Honda, which is available on Amazon if you want to watch one of my movies tonight.
Hey,
watch if you have Amazon
movie
Prime,
night.
it's free. Otherwise,
Amazon
you have to
Prime
pay like
and chill,
$5.
you guys. That's exciting. That's exciting. I'm I bow to you for having such an amazing resume.
Thank you.
What is one of the most frustrating things about working in this industry, in your opinion?
Not knowing, like, sometimes you get feedback. Sometimes people will call for your availability, and you're like, oh my God, yes, they liked me, or like, or you'll just book it. And it'll come out of nowhere.
Yep.
And so it's just a lot of unexpected, and there's a lot of variables, and you can't really control much. So. So honing your craft, being in class is important, and also getting a lot of feedback, as much feedback as you can without, pushing too hard. And then also having faith in yourself, knowing your strengths, knowing the things, the variables that you can change. Like we can't change really our weight or like if we have an accent or
our face.
Or our face. You can't. You gotta love your face.
You gotta look. You gotta look. You gotta go with it.
Right. So, but there are things you can change, like maybe how much time you take to get to the audition, your auditioning process, or just your process on set. You know, there are things that you can work on.
Yeah.
Little things, big things.
Yeah.
But one thing at a time to like try different things. You know.
I love that advice. For every actor listening out there, I'm sure that is sound advice.
Yeah. Don't think because you haven't booked that you're doing something wrong. Just think about what it is that you might try that's different, and try and take notes about that, and like, okay, today I'm set 3 goals for yourself, and today I'm going to try to breathe more during the scene, and I'm going to try to speak slower or emphasize or, you know, enunciate more, or today I'm going to go in and just be a bitch. Because sometimes if you're too like, hi, you know, people don't like that.
They like confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so go in and just like be like, hey, what's up? What do you want me to do?
I love that.
Just try different things.
If you can't tell that she's a teacher, well, welcome to Lili Bordán Acting 101.
I'm probably going to do that one day.
I would hope so, and I would definitely take your class.
Thank you.
What do you have that's up and coming?
I have a film called Kirtis about the making of Casablanca. I play Irene Lee, who is an actual person who was a story editor at Warner Brothers. And she was the woman that found the play Everybody Comes to Rick's that Casablanca is based on. So it's a movie about Michael Kirtis, wonderful director, and during the time that he made Casablanca. And it's an historical biographical feature film. I helped produce it as well, and we just won first prize at the Montreal World Film Festival.
Congratulations.
Best picture.
Well, you're going to be busy up and coming.
Yeah, I hope I get to produce more. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm
just another talented aspect of yourself.
Oh, well, maybe I'm spreading myself a little too thin, but if the opportunity arises, and it did in this case, where I saw the script and I was like, this is an amazing story, and I just got together a good team here because it's a feature out of Hungary, with funding out of Hungary. But I was able to, garner some interest from producers here, and so we made something really amazing. I just saw it for the first time in Montreal, and I'm really proud of it.
It's very exciting. I will definitely take a look. I will keep an eye out for it. I'm sure our viewers will as well. If anybody wants to connect with you and see what you're up to, where can they find you?
I have a Facebook page. It's the one where I'm wearing a pink dress, not the other ones.
Classy, girly. I like it.
Yeah. It was from the book club premiere. And then I have @Lili Bordán Twitter handle, and also that's my Instagram handle.
Perfect.
And then my website is www.lilibordán.net.
Oh.
Not com.
Oh.
Because they stole the com. That's a casino site. Don't go there.
Okay.
Don't support them for stealing my website.
Thank you for clarifying that.
It was my fault.
No, .net is just as good as .com.
LiliBordán.net.
Lili Bordán, thank you so much for coming but just for being here today. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much. I'm sure our viewers learned a lot from you.
Anytime, thank you.
Thank you, of course. If you guys want to see more, we've got more spotlights coming on. I'm your host, Timothy Michael. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.